Okay, hello everyone. My name is Emma Cooper. I am a member of Prescott College Performance Laboratory. We are here today just to view another round of performances as part of our festival. With that said, I'm going to hand the mic over to my colleague, Sivan Sartin, to introduce a little bit more about what we're doing here today. Sivan?
You. Thank you very much, Cooper. Um, so we have three performances tonight. This afternoon. This is the second day of our festival series, our performance series. I want to give a big shout out and gratitude to Jay Ruby for opening up this opportunity that was Intersection Solo Festival. It is now this rendition of a digital version of this performance festival. And without his 2 years ago, his founding of Intersection Solo Festival and supporting young artists, we wouldn't have such a great venue to bring our stuff together in. So much thank you. And I also want to thank Ruth Pongstafon for her great generosity that extends beyond expectations, for allowing us to use her Zoom venue. Um, Thank you both for your support. And tonight, I think that we're going to have some great sharing, some good dialogue, and I hope that we enjoy. I think that's all I'll say for now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sivan. And yes, big shout out to Ruth Pongstafone and Jay Ruby for all of their help with generating this um, festival and all of the performances that are being shared during this festival. Huge gratitude to our mentors who have continuously provided us with support and resources. Every challenge that we faced together, we definitely had all the support that we needed to make this festival happen. Awesome. So, with that said, I noticed that there are a couple people still trickling in on Facebook. So, before we begin the performance, I will give a little bit of an introduction to our first sharing today. What you can expect is a couple of performances from Performance Lab members. Sivan Sartin is going to be performing Butoh of a Hummingbird, followed by a quick intermission, and then we will see Jocko share his piece. It is the Teenage Monologues, A Portrait of Patriarchy in Crisis. And finally, we are going to have a final performance for this afternoon shared by Teaspoon Caballero. It is sorry, give me 1 second. This Body, performed by T. And then later on this evening, we will have another performance by me, a Butoh piece at 6 p.m. So stay tuned. We have a lot of really good dialogue to share and pieces to watch and reflect upon. So without further ado, let me introduce Sivan Sartin and their piece, Butoh of a Hummingbird. This piece is a long-standing project. This is part of a really filled out project that Sivan has been working on for the past year, a autoethnographic journey. And I'm really, really proud to be presenting my friend and the work that has gone into this. So after Sivan finished the first draft of his autoethnography, Humanity of a Hummingbird, a performative autoethnography of my American masculinity, Sivan is using Butoh to engage in an experiential exploration of surrendering the need for permanence in his masculine body.
Thank you for that, Cooper. Very well said. Yes, this piece is, I guess, part of the process. Yeah, for the past year and a half, I've been working on this autoethnography. It was my senior project. I have since graduated with it, with my undergrad. And this is an important step in the process. I'm going to start screen sharing. And something that I've been inspired by when I was given the opportunity to participate in a performance series is I wanted to share. I've already shared the book in public, and I then wanted to share sort of the underneath workings of how I write. I write to create an embodied response in myself and my readers, my viewers, and to do that, it requires an understanding, a very personal understanding of what is required to go into the depths of oneself and to really live inside of really hard emotions, really great emotions, to be very present, to have self-awareness, to have enough empathy and awareness to imagine the lived experience of other people to the point where my readers and myself really empathize on an embodied level with the experiences of these people that I write about in my autoethnography. And Butoh, throughout this past semester, has greatly informed um, not just my writing, but um, playing the piano, vocals, singing, other dancing, any art that I do. It's such a great addition, and you'll read a little bit more in this video that I'm going to share now about my process. So we will come together afterwards, and I'll share a tiny bit more, just a few more points, and then we'll move on. So, hang on, sorry. Okay. There we go. Sharing now. Chrome share. All right. Message me in the chat or stop me if you can't hear anything. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me with that experience. The feeling I have after playing that video is a very similar feeling to what I had when I came out of that session, and it was that I didn't want it to end. Just simply, I wanted to just exist there for hours more. And I'm curious to hear what other performers, any feelings that they are coming away with. Um, if anyone on the Facebook live stream wants to uh, put in a comment, um, I think we'll take only about 5 or 10 minutes to talk about this, and then we'll have an intermission, and then we'll be moving on to the next performer. Um, but I first of all want to say a few important points about my experience and my sharing. And first and foremost, um, I want to thank Talia, my dear partner, for filming that. It's not easy to get such great angles while walking up boulders. So that was so great, and for holding the space for me. Um, Being in that Butoh space is really uh, a space apart from normal societal thinking and life and rhythm, and so for me to be able to be in that space while she's there with me, like watching me, following me with the camera, was a um, really great thing. Um, don't analyze too hard. It's kind of the same thing. You don't ask a cat why it does what it does. You don't ask a fish why it's doing what it's doing. It's the same thing here. If you analyze it, it just loses its energy and loses its flexibility to happen again. Um, so I want to just say also a very important thing that I'm moving forward with is thanks to everyone around me and everything that I have been engaging with and reflecting on. As you've seen in this experience that I had in this session, uh, I'm learning that grief is such an important part of life that it actually doesn't help to be afraid of or avoidant of. Um, I find that when I go through emotions, when I go into my really hard emotions, there is so much more space to allow whatever else wants to flow and take up space to do so. And in this Butoh space, I did that, and none of it was planned. I had a Butoh fu, which is a poetry, a structure, and I filled out that structure with whatever came through. I had the bamboo rods, but I didn't know what was going to happen with the bamboo rods, and I think that it was a really great thing that happened. Um, so yeah, grief is such an important thing to go into and to live with, and I know that every time I go in and out of grief or despair, every time that I go in and out of a Butoh mindset, um, I'm back in my daily body, um, a little bit more flexible, a little bit more elastic, and so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about how this practice informs so much else of my art and my studies and just me being a human being. And I'm again just really grateful for my mentor Ruth Bongstafone, who has encouraged and guided a lot of this learning, and I look forward to continuing on. That's all about all I have to say right now, unless someone has a question. Yeah, Cooper, you have a question.
I do. First of all, that was very impactful for me. I was really stuck to the screen. I had no idea what was going to happen next that entire time. Aesthetically, I think the performance was so beautiful. It felt like looking out of a window. I would compare it to that same feeling. Um, just now, when you were sort of talking, you described this realm that you're in when you're doing Butoh as a space apart from society, apart from identity, who we construct about ourselves and others. And I just want to say, I think that goes really beautifully with grief. I think grief feels like a space apart as well, like a um, departure from the reality that you think everyone else is living in. Um, and I would say that the word that really comes to mind, I don't know what your butofu was for this piece, that poetry you described, but one word that I would just give to sort of this like physical sensation that I felt watching that was brittle, um, uh, and perhaps a little bit of flutter as well. And I just thought that it was really, really cool how watching that video caused a like physical sensation in me, even from a screen apart. And I have a question for you. You said that Butoh has the ability and the capability to impact the rest of your art. And I'm wondering how Butoh changes your relationships to art, to others, or to yourself.
Yeah. Um, I recently started taking vocal lessons with piano accompaniment. As a graduation gift, my family got me an electric piano. That's really nice, and I've been loving it so much. And I've been around music my whole life, but music has until now not really been very alive for me. In Butoh, I go into this internal landscape that can be navigated and felt and perceived just like you see a rolling mountain. And how does that rolling mountain make you feel? And how does that creek bed and how does that canyon make you feel? Well, inside of us, we have the multidimensional layers of everything that we are comes together in this landscape that we are able to perceive. I think um, when I'm present with that landscape inside of me, I am filled with so much life, and that life can be grief, and that life can then be joy as well. And when I'm playing the piano, like for a lot of my life, music has been dry, hard, boring. Um, but when I'm present with this internal landscape, with everything that's going on inside of me, present in the moment, what Butoh has taught me to do through this practice, every note that I play, no matter how like strange it is, if I'm focused, if I'm present enough in my body, every chord creates a whole new landscape that I can take in, that I can feel, that I can reminisce in, that I can smell and taste. And that's just so beautiful. And I hope that inspires others to tap into the imagination, to perceive more, to live more, because there's so much more to live. And Butoh has helped me realize that, and I'm so excited to continue with that. Thanks for that question. It's an important one. Um, if no one else has a pressing matter to give attention to, I'm really, really satisfied. Thank you again so much to everyone. And I think we should go to intermission and then the next performance, yeah?
Perfect. We will regroup and begin the next performance at 3 o'clock Arizona time. Thank you all. We will return shortly. 3 o'clock.